Well, I am privileged to be heading today to a place that just made some history. Adam Taxin here on Friday, November 21st, 2014, early in the morning, with another global warming update. And that place I'm talking about would be the NFL city that the most people are likely to say, that's a professional sports city? Green Bay, obviously, has proven itself to be quite a legit NFL town. I'm talking about Jacksonville, Florida. Although technically I'm heading for the Jewish Sabbath to Ponte Vedra Beach just outside there. Jacksonville is in the news. It made some history yesterday, and that history was the shattering of a 141-year-old cold record. Yes, it got to 24 degrees Fahrenheit in Jacksonville, which broke a record for the date set in 1873. And that record was not 25 degrees. That previous record was 30 degrees. And that 24 degrees was not just, when you take the whole month of November, it was the second coldest record ever set in November in Jacksonville. Once in 1970, presumably later in the month, it did actually get to 21 degrees. 24 degrees in Jacksonville. I cannot emphasize enough that we still have 1/3 of the month to go, month of November to go. We still have a month left until the season of winter even begins. And in fact, many of your Thanksgiving turkeys are at this point still alive. By the way, a little up I-95 from Jacksonville near Woodbine, Georgia, the temperature actually got to 20 degrees. Well, in sum, with that, don't be all that jealous of the fact that I am spending some time in Florida. I'm getting quite a bit of use out of my fleece. A few other broader weather points that came from Blake Matthews at newsforjax.com. Tuesday morning was the coldest November 19th across the United States since 1976, some 38 years, according to Dr. Ryan Maui, meteorologist with Weatherbell. The average temperature across the entire country at one point was just 19.4 degrees. Remarkably, 226 million people over all 50 states, and that includes Hawaii, were below freezing at the same time, though. With Hawaii, I have to take it with a grain of salt because they're probably talking about mountains there, the top of a mountain that was over freezing. But quite a bit of Florida, which is the other state that's most significant for these categories. By the way, even the snow covering the ground is astounding. According to Maui's statistics, roughly 50.4% of the lower 48 was covered with snow, more than double the amount normally seen for this time of year. Obviously, in places like Buffalo, we're talking about 6 feet of snow, not a quarter inch of snow. At this exact time last year, only 12.1% of the country had snow on the ground. And Alaska is not included. Keep that in mind. Not that Alaska is necessarily that cold right now. Also, according to the Climate Prediction Center, 1,998 cold weather records were set over the past 7 days, with 1,360 of those records being low maximum highs. And perhaps most interesting of all, the inadvertently hilariously grotesque poster girl for modern so-called feminism, Sandra Fluke, has now, for some strange reason, gone a full 9 days without tweeting anything about the crisis the Earth is now facing due to global warming. This is Adam Taxin with today's Global Warming Update.